Good morning. Good morning, distinguished guests. I'm Jennifer Walthall, the Secretary of the Indiana Family and Social Services Administration. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the ceremonial ribbon cutting of the NeuroDiagnostic Institute, Indiana's newest addition to the state psychiatric hospital network. The NDI is a physical building, but it stands for more than that. It is the reminder of our collective commitment to providing care to Hoosiers with serious mental illness in a state-of-the-art facility. Today is the culmination of the dreams of many of you in the audience, and we salute your vision and celebrate it becoming reality. In December, I visited Montreal, Canada, and discovered one of their great poets, Emil Nelligan. While sitting in the lobby of a hotel named in his honor, I was intrigued by a portrait of him as a young man with brooding eyes and a pained face. After doing a bit of poking around on Google, I found out that this brilliant young poet began showing signs of schizophrenia at age 18 and was permanently hospitalized for his illness in 1899 at the age of 19. The remainder of his life is undocumented, and despite being a prolific and acclaimed writer, he never wrote another line of poetry after his hospitalization. It made me reflect on how far we have come in providing services for those with serious mental illness and how far we have yet to go. His most famous poem is translated from the French, The Ship of Gold. It was a great ship carved from solid gold, its mast touched to the skies on uncharted seas. Venus, goddess of love, her hair streaming, her flesh bare, flaunted herself on the prow beneath a blazing sun. But one night it struck the great reef, in that treacherous ocean where the siren sang and the horrible shipwreck tilted its keel into the depths of the abyss, a coffin. It was a ship of gold whose diaphanous sides revealed treasures with the profane mariners' loathing, hatred, and neuroses disputed amongst themselves. What remains of it in the brief tempest? What has become of my heart, a deserted ship? Alas, it has foundered in the depths of the dream. Our network of hospitals means that the Emil Nelligans of today can have the opportunity to write again, with the state-of-the-art treatment and a goal of community reintegration. We are all better when we see the world through the eyes and the words of many. It has been incredible and frankly terrifying to bring this project home. Thank you for trusting our agency and many partners to do something this bold. To give you an idea of the significance of expanding psychiatric services, it has been 53 years since Indiana has done what we're doing today. In recent decades, our state's commitment to advancing the quality of care for our severely psychiatric ill friends, family, and neighbors has been inconsistent. It has taken bold leadership and commitment to a compassionate vision to get us here today. In a few minutes, when we remove the symbolic barrier of that green ribbon, and you get a chance to step inside this marvelous facility, you'll get to see what I mean. I'd like to recognize a few in the crowd who have made significant contributions to this work. First, Jim McClelland, our Executive Director for Drug Prevention, Treatment, and Enforcement for the state of Indiana. Second, illustrious members of the Cabinet, thank you so much for being here and for your support in this administration. We have several members of the General Assembly who have been supportive and are here in our presence today. Also, thank you so much to former Senator Pat Miller, who has been a driving force to improve services for those with serious mental illness. I'm incredibly grateful to Kevin Moore. Kevin Moore is our Director for the Division of Mental Health and Addiction, and without his steady hand, we would certainly not be here today. And last, but definitely not least, Dr. John Warnert, the secretary who preceded me, whose vision, there he is in the back. Thank you, Dr. Warnert, whose vision for this certainly was something that when I came into the role and thought about sneaking out here in the middle of the night and filling in the hole, I'm grateful to him for his steady hand, for knowing that this was something that we could accomplish with all of you. And with that, I would like to introduce our next speaker for the morning, Dr. David Kiley from Community East. I'd like to introduce our wonderful acute care partner in this project. Dr. David Kiley was named President for Community Health Network's Indianapolis region in January of 2019. Dr. Kiley has been with Community for more than 25 years and most recently served as the president for the network's former South and East regions. Dr. Kiley graduated from Arizona State University and the Indiana University School of Medicine in 1986. He completed his obstetrics and gynecology residency at St. Vincent, Indianapolis in 1990 and went on to practice OBGYN for more than 20 years, primarily at Community Hospital North. Dr. Kiley also holds a master's degree in business administration from the University of Indianapolis, awarded in 2014. Welcome, Dr. David Kiley.
Grab my notes and put on my glasses so I can see. First of all, I want to thank everyone for attending today. It's my privilege and an honor to be here and be a part of this ribbon cutting ceremony and the grand opening ceremony. I'm here on behalf of Brian Mills, the CEO of Community Health Network. Brian was unable to attend today but sends his best wishes. Brian wholeheartedly supports the exceptional care and experiences which will be provided here in this state-of-the-art facility. In addition to that, I'd like to thank those of you present today and the many people that played an integral part in bringing this process together, the development, the construction project, and all the care and services that will go into this building moving forward. So a huge thank you to all of you and your teams. Community Health Network is dedicated to providing exceptional behavioral health services, and we are extremely proud to be a partner in the NeuroDiagnostic Institute. We at Community Health Network are deeply committed to the communities in which we serve, and we're dedicated to sharing our expertise in the hope of benefiting those who battle mental illness. We are also truly grateful to those who are committed to serving Indiana's most vulnerable residents. This exceptional facility was made possible through the support of many state leaders who championed for the citizens of Indiana. I would like to take a moment to thank a few others. First, Vice President Mike Pence, the previous governor of the state of Indiana, current Governor Eric Holcomb, Lieutenant Governor Susanne Crouch, and their entire team who played a significant role throughout this process. Dr. Jennifer Walthall, thank you very much. Dr. Gerry Shirred, cannot thank you enough. So appreciate the countless hours that they have spent and their teams have spent in bringing this incredible facility to fruition. I'd also like to thank the many others who strive tirelessly each and every day to improve the quality of care and services for our citizens across the entire state of Indiana. We at Community Health Network look forward to this new collaborative relationship and being able to play a vital role in the transformation of behavioral health care. I'd like to thank, again, all of you for attending today. My personal thank you to all of you. And I'd also like to thank all of you for supporting the exceptional individuals who will actually provide the care and services in this facility in the many years to come. Thank you very much.
It is now my honor to introduce you to one of the masterminds behind the design of the facility and the man who will be responsible for creating and maintaining the environment of healing that will begin to take shape here in the coming days. Dr. Gerry Shirred is a Central Indiana native. He is a graduate of Wabash College and the Indiana University School of Medicine. Dr. Shirred finished his residency in psychiatry at the IU Medical Center before starting a 28-year career in various capacities, first at Gallahue and then Aspire, where he served as medical director. Dr. Shirred has always had a special interest in service delivery systems relative to the seriously and persistently mentally ill. Now he serves as the Chief Medical Officer for the NDI and the Indiana State Psychiatric Hospital Network. We are incredibly lucky to have Dr. Shirred at the helm of this project, and I'm happy to introduce you to him today.
Thanks, appreciate it. Good morning. I'll add my own welcome to the NeuroDiagnostic Institute, which forevermore will be called NDI because that's the other name's just too long. However, it's based on a rather simple concept that an integrated place of care where we can take care of the physical aspects of people's illness as well as their behavioral health issues would hasten their recovery and return them to their communities. That in turn would lead to increased access for the many individuals who are currently on waiting lists waiting for this level of care. But we at NDI can't do this alone. NDI was conceived as a catalyst for a transformation of the Indiana State Psychiatric Hospital Network as a whole. The leadership of those hospitals, many of them are here today, and if you look on that wall, you'll see photographs of those various facilities. The NDI is unique, but it is not special. It is just one of the state psychiatric hospitals. Personnel from all those hospitals joined with us in the design of this facility and gave us their skills and wisdom in how to provide a therapeutic environment of care. They are the true heroes of today's celebration, and I'd like to thank them all today. The NDI also represents a new commitment to the care and treatment of children and adolescents in the state. We will have 42 beds immediately upon opening, with 2 additional units planned, one that will be for adolescents with substance abuse and mental health issues, and then a 10-bed unit that will be specifically for adolescents with autism spectrum disorders. It's only one of a handful of such units in the country and sorely needed. Over 100 companies, both large and small, were involved in the design and construction of NDI. I would mention them all by name, and then Dr. Walthall would hit me in the back of the head. So, I feel it necessary to mention 2, and that's BSA Life Structures, who were the primary architects on this project, and Pepper Construction, who provided construction management. There were many, many others, but those 2 stand out as being really critical to the success of the building. And at last, I'd like to thank the administration of Community Hospitals of Indianapolis and the surrounding community that have welcomed NDI and embraced this new model of collaborative care, all the while managing their own construction process, which is still ongoing. I hope you'll be pleased with what you see here today, and once again, I would welcome you to NDI. Thank you.
We are overjoyed to have a very special dignitary with us today, the Lieutenant Governor, Susanne Crouch. This event was tailor-made for our Lieutenant Governor. You'd be hard-pressed to find another public servant more committed to serving our state's less fortunate and most vulnerable. Most of you know about Lieutenant Governor Crouch's lifetime of service, but a few highlights. Of course, she served as a state representative, including on the Public Health Committee. She's also been focused and committed to programs and services for people with disabilities, such that she was honored to receive the 2012 Public Policy Award from the ARC of Indiana for her work with people with disabilities, and was named Legislator of the Year in 2011 by the Indiana Association of Rehabilitation Facilities. Recently, our team at FSSA was honored to traverse the state with Lieutenant Governor Crouch for an extensive listening tour, which was our state's first broad assessment of intellectual and developmental disabilities services in nearly a generation. And then we worked together on a set of recommendations on how we can better meet the needs of our state's most vulnerable that we'll continue working on for years to come. So again, this NDI Grand Opening is a Susanne Crouch event, if ever there was one. Please welcome Lieutenant Governor Susanne Crouch.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you for that kind introduction and the invitation to be with you today. You know, traveling our state, continuing the conversations that Governor Holcomb and I started over 2 years ago is my favorite thing to do. I enjoy sharing the ideas that we're embracing to grow our economy, increase opportunities, and keep our state's infrastructure and technology developing at a record pace. And while it's energizing to share good news, it's equally exciting to hear from you, our healthcare professionals, about what you are doing to make a difference in the lives of the Hoosiers that you serve. Our conversations help us gain a better understanding about how healthcare is changing and transforming the lives of Hoosiers in our cities, our towns, and our rural communities. 1 out of 5 Hoosiers suffer from mental illness or addiction challenges. And I dare say there isn't a one of us in this room today who does not know a family perhaps our own, that are facing these challenges. And that is why today is so important. I want to share with you a proclamation that our governor has said. So on behalf of Governor Holcomb, let me read this proclamation to you. Whereas the Indiana Neuro-Diagnostic Institute and Advanced Treatment Center represents our state's renewed, expanded, and focused commitment to mental health. And whereas on this day, we are advancing the quality of diagnoses and care available for Hoosiers with severely psychiatric illnesses. Whereas persons with serious mental illness often have other significant health issues that can worsen their brain-based illness and make treatment more complex, it is essential that treatment be approached holistically. Whereas the NDI will use the most modern genetic and imaging techniques, we will take advantage of the most recent advances in brain research and clinical care. And whereas the NDI represents just one part of a larger, more cohesive and integrated network of state psychiatric hospitals, all focused on meeting the treating needs of Hoosiers. And whereas NDI affirms our more than 200-year commitment to caring for our state's most vulnerable and to creating a better future for all Hoosiers, I hereby proclaim March 15th, 2019 as NeuroDiagnostic Institute Day. In closing, I want to thank you for the great honor of serving as your Lieutenant Governor. And I want to remind you that what is truly great about Indiana are her people, you in this room today, Hoosiers all across our great state, hardworking men and women who know that when we come together and we work together, we can make a difference. And just as you work day in and day out to lead your community, the people that you touch, the lives that you touch, better for your children and for your grandchildren, Governor Holcomb and I want to work alongside you to leave our state better for future generations. I always say we may not be able to change the world, but we can change the world for the lives of the people we touch. And NDI will be changing the lives of people. So thank you for being here and sharing in this great celebration for Hoosiers all over our state. Thank you.
Thank you again for joining us this morning for this historic event. We will be moving over to the side of the stage to ceremonially cut our ribbon. And after that, excuse me, after that we'll be leading a series of group tours through this incredible facility. So when we finish our event here, we'll have everyone gather over to the side, and then we'll break up into groups so that we can tour the facility for those of you who would like to have the opportunity to see it. There are some incredible details about how the safety and security and health needs of our patients will be met through the physical manifestation of this building. Again, thank you so much for being here and for your commitment to this and alignment with the state's commitment for the treatment and diagnostics of seriously mentally ill Hoosiers for the state of Indiana. Thank you.
No, these are incredibly sharp.
And Dr. Walker, did you want to say anything to remind people to stay for the tour?